Hello, good evening, welcome.
Good day.
Today we're looking at Raging Loop. I'm Caleb. This is Loop with PQube. Don't know why I'm introducing it. I don't know if anybody new's here. I noticed we got a lot of traction on Twitter. There might be some new faces this time who have come down to watch some Raging Loop action. So.
Raging Loop.
Indeed, yes.
Alright, let me see if I can put the thing chat on my phone.
Big typo. There technically isn't a typo. So interestingly. When I was trying to set up the Twitch stream for this, we haven't got the English title, so it's the Japanese title. That's actually what it's called in Japan. It's all spelled out hyphenetically like that.
We actually debated whether or not we would keep that, but we were thinking just for this, anybody who's actually like trying to look up that game in English would be like, where's the hyphen? Because that's how it was originally meant to be spelled with the Japanese pronunciation, because Ragingu Loop.
Yeah.
And we were like, how about
Raging Loop?
Yeah, let's make it ever so slightly more intelligible.
Oh no, I typed evening.
Okay, ready for the horror. Alright,
okay,
so
let's jump in then.
Raging Loop
is
visual
a
novel.
Visual novel.
I think it's the latest that we've released.
Yes,
okay.
I think so.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, what a way to start. This is great.
Love the artwork.
I bid you welcome to the world of this vision. Oh, it's getting very meta already. They know.
Yes.
What are they going to tell me? I'm nobody special. Simply consider me a part of the interface.
I totally believe that.
I am playing this game for the first time. Hashtag professional.
Is it Halloween once again?
That's close enough, right?
It's the season for, autumn, darkness. Also, it's just obviously. Oh, I had forgotten you've done the following. Thank you for following.
Those uploading their gameplay should at least read the full videos and sharing section.
It's okay, we're not going to go as far as the...
Oh, I see. If you read to the end, you'll find a sexy CG of me doesn't exist. We truly do live in a society. This localization is great.
Yeah, so this is made by Kemco, the Japanese partner that we're working with, and obviously I think just go for I'm good to main story.
I am.
So obviously they're quite aware of how the world works, and they've had fun with it, which is really quite nice.
Thank you kindly for reading this part. Let's begin the story.
Yeah, so there is an embargo. Should any of you be interested in streaming this or whatever, there is a spot at which you can stop. It just they recommended that you stop. Obviously, that the developers have given strict instructions. So. But other than that, yes, with the beginning is fine. So for the chat. We live in a society, good boys and girls know
Oh yeah, so that was the Smash Bros thing I was looking at earlier.
I'm sorry, I only talk about good games on stream.
It's like 2 minutes in, and you want to start some controversy already?
I don't think it's controversy when it's just being right.
God.
Oh, I've upset Sigma Jump.
I've upset Sigma Jump, I've upset this person, I've upset that person.
And my co-worker, Caleb.
Yes.
Then you're always
every
upset.
day.
Right.
Stupid.
Has anybody in the chat played Werewolf? It's like a party game that you would play with cards, just like one card each, and you have someone who's like a dungeon master talking you through the story as you play with just a group of friends. Usually it's 8 or above. Because if you have played Werewolf, because sometimes called Mafia or Vampire as well, so there's like variation on that concept.
I think someone tried to explain it to me after I'd had a heavy night of drinking, and I didn't quite understand the concept, so I'm hoping this game will teach me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Sigma Jump, I'm the same. I like to be game master for Werewolf. I actually hate playing it because I can't keep a straight face. Or if you're a peasant, then you're just really bored. So those who have played Werewolf, you will actually have a good understanding of the concept of Raging Loop, although this is obviously more complex. So style-wise, it's a bit different from a lot of the other visual novels that we've brought, which is quite nice. So they've gone for a different stylistic approach, which is a little bit more old-fashioned, but also like quite detailed, and a lot of effort into the character design. So you're playing as his name is Haruaki.
Yeah.
So he's the main character. You're playing as him, and you're seeing everything through his eyes, which I think is quite an important precision to make. It's a story that's all about, it's psychological horror. So your perception through his eyes kind of limits what you're able to actually see inside the story, and that definitely makes a massive difference to how you're gonna see what's actually happening. When you finish the game, you can go into revelation mode, and that actually allows you to see other people's perspective of the same events. That once you've finished all of the routes, you can actually see what was truly happening. But in the beginning, you have no idea. So your motorbike just broke down. You're in the forest, and you're in the middle of nowhere. So you're kind of like, okay, this is not a great place to be. It's a foggy night, and you yes, so deeply regretted doing that.
2 boars and 3 deer. It's a lot of animals.
I really like that font, actually. I think it's quite nice,
It's
modern.
easy to read as well.
With the kings of the planet.
The kings of the
damn it.
planet, damn it.
Eat some venison.
Yeah.
Right, so obviously at any point you can power through the text if you don't want to read everything.
That's not the point of a visual novel.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is you do have that ability, which is a standard feature that you'd expect from a visual novel. So I think one thing Raging Loop has done quite interestingly is you have a lot of moments where there isn't a visual prompt for you, so it's your character is confused and lost and in a very alien situation, and so everything around it is lacking detail because you're struggling to know what's happening, and so it helps build the tension throughout the game. Right, so I think he's about to find the shop. Really had to rest here. Well, he's been dragging with his motorbike around for 2 hours in the middle of nowhere, so I can understand.
I don't think I could do that for 2 minutes.
So,
Fresh
you arrive-
Marquet.
well, you know, they can't use actual brands, so they just go for something that looks like it. So you're going to meet one of the first characters of the village. You have 16 characters that you're going to be interacting with throughout the story, and obviously all of them have a background, motivations, thing they're hiding, and as you are a newcomer in a tiny village, they're all a bit hostile in the beginning because they're like, who are you and why are you staying here, essentially. So local shopkeeper.
I think I know who this is going to be. I think I've seen the CG for this one.
Shelf, there we go. So she's
Oh, I wasn't expecting her.
really scary. Yeah, so it's not a great start. He's already been driving around for a couple of hours, and he's lost, and he comes across this person who's not that nice.
Was that supposed to be a greeting?
Gave me chills. This place make a profit by taking advantage of lost people. Yeah, so Haruaki is actually quite a fun person because he's a bit sarcastic. I think, then Raging Loop is obviously for 16 and above, so that they're not scared about putting a bit of swearing in there.
A bit of swearing, a bit of edginess.
Just a slacker. So much judgment, Haruaki.
I know. Talking about eating deers because they looked at him funny and stuff.
I'm just like, oh, what a slacker, because she's refusing to come. Hello, Matty boy.
Hello. Dry food, fresh fruits, all in all.
Right, so I think, so basically the scene that you're playing through right now is going to be the starting point of every time you go through the story. So for those of you who might not know, the idea is that the main character that you're playing as is you've just arrived at the outskirts of this village. Once you're in the village, you're going to be stuck in there until you solve the story. there's some sort of weird fog, so you cannot get out. And you realize that every time something happens, you're likely to die quite a few times in the story. Every time you die, you will go back to that first scene we've seen where he's on the motorbike, and then in the beginning you'll be like, huh, I feel like I've been here before.
I actually had an option earlier, but the other option I could pick was a question mark,
yes.
and I don't think you can pick that. But then eventually,
exactly.
Spoilers, but it will happen soon. There will be a loop, and you'll go back.
Delicious
So
beers. So the idea is that the name comes from the fact that you're stuck in this time loop. So every time you die, which is often, you go back at the beginning. And then what makes it different is that Haruaki is aware that he is stuck in a loop. So the first time he comes back to life, you'll be like, I've definitely been here before, this feels familiar. And so the more you die and progress through the story, the more you're going to be like, okay, I get it, I know where I am. And obviously, as this is a visual novel, you can just skip through and move forward.
It's like anime Groundhog Day. I guess that's one way of putting it.
Live, Die, Repeat, or Groundhog Day Horror Edition.
Yeah, there you go. I haven't seen Groundhog Day in years.
I don't think I've seen it at all.
I don't remember if it was any good or not.
But I'm afraid I can't compare. So for those of you, the comparison that I was making earlier to the to Werewolf, the game, the battle game, is that in the village there is obviously one spirit is the wolf, but there are 4 other spirits that are positive ones, and they are hidden inside the inhabitants essentially, and so you don't know who's the bad guy and who's the other spirit.
And each of them have an ability, I think?
Yes. And so they're gonna be able to help you, but as in the game, if you have an ability to say this person is not the wolf, etc., to help you figure out who the wolf is, then you're likely to die the next night. So every night someone dies killed by the spirit of the wolf, and every morning the village is trying to figure out who the bad guy is and lynch someone. So that's a lot of dying quite often. Obviously, as you move forward, and the more you die, the more you realize someone might have lied to you, might have hidden something from you, might have intentionally sent you in a direction that would have gotten you killed because they have an ulterior motive you don't know. So dying is essentially a mechanic that allows you to figure stuff out alongside the way, so you gather intel on the villagers.
I don't understand why I couldn't have just slept on the floor of the convenience store. Why does she have to send me back out into the night?
Well, she sounds like she's not very nice, to be honest. She was in a bad mood, she wasn't interested in your sad sob story.
Dragging a broken motorcycle around for 2 hours. Ooh, spooky.
It's quite atmospheric, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Try playing some VNs on the 3DS.
Why?
I'm not sure if I'd like that on a 240p screen.
How would you read that? Because the text would have to be quite... Like you'd have
There'd be like three
words each
online, yeah.
Press X. Okay. That would be really tiring.
Mm-hmm. At least it'd be in 3D.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Is this the way he dies first?
No, I think...
Okay.
Yeah, there is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stifling a scream. Slow it down without collapsing. Oh. That's not good. The red isn't good. It's really
After which became an unpleasant... Ooh! My controller vibrated.
Excellent verse. Oof. That doesn't sound nice.
Oh, she's the last.
Back in my skateboarding days, I got in an accident like that. It was not
I
good.
had a skiing accident that was that painful, but nothing was broken.
I caught my wheels on some grass and flipped off and smacked my head on concrete. I think that explains a lot.
Yep. Haruaki got some balls to ride in such a road on a normal bike, but I think he has I
think it's like a motorbike.
good
Yeah.
bike. There we go. We're getting a bit more about the environment. Right, so can you go into the chart so we can show the... Right, so I think what makes... one thing that's really cool about Raging Loop, which a lot of visual novels aren't doing, at any point during the story, you can just go in and do something. So if you stay there for a sec, so you can just, anywhere you are, go into the chart and actually change wherever you're going. So you can see here we've already done chapter 1 and we've had one question that you went for one answer, so we're going down directly.
But
However,
that keeps track of the fact.
you can see that there is a branch that you haven't unlocked yet. Also, you can see there's a little lock number 4, so in order to unlock this branch, you need to find in other branches the key number 4, and until you've got that key, you can't unlock that side branch. And obviously it shows you that there is a path and what the chapters are, etc. So it's a really easy, very visually simple way of navigating the chapters in the story, and also to just figure out what routes am I missing, where do I need to go, what is the thing that I am missing. If you've already gone down a route, you'll be able to see that it gives you a little skull, which says that if you go there again you will die. But often you need to go down those routes
to find information and stuff.
And to get the keys to unlock the other ones, so the game really encourages you to just go through everything that is side story, routes, etc., just so that you can actually get to the final true ending.
It's probably something you kill for in a lot of other visual novels, just like an easy in-game thing.
The visualization of where the branches are is certainly something that I know people have struggled with in the past, so this is like a great way to actually just see what's happening. And
that woman actually tried to kill me.
It's a good start, isn't it? You're lost, you're tired, someone just tried to kill you, and you've just
Someone
fallen
steals
down.
your change from your coffee and then tries to murder you. I'm not sure which is worse.
Yeah, so Burger Gyro says that obviously other visual novels with much branching should think about integrating something like that too.
That'd be good.
Obviously, Kemco has done this. I think it's quite novel in the way that they've really made something that's...
Novel?
In a visual novel. It's just, I think it's more, it's for the player, it's more friendly, I suppose, than a lot of things. Obviously, if you're playing something like Steins Gate, where it's all about, it's a very subtle thing where you get different text giving you different branches, sometimes you probably don't want to see that, so it's novel how they visualized it. Thank you, Noodle House, for this.
Good job.
You're hired. Right, so there is some voice acting obviously in Japanese, and the game is only in English subtitled. There's quite a lot of words, to be honest, so you're looking at probably 35-40 hours if you want to complete everything, so it's quite a meaty visual novel. Actually, we have here a little thing.
handy.
So this is on PS4 and Switch. So currently we're playing on Switch. The integration of the chart is as smooth on PS4 as it is on Switch. Cameras here. Yeah, so we have
I think I have
this
the
one.
other camera, so
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
okay.
swap. But
It's
yeah,
okay. And then so you have the nice box, and inside is an art book
good
that
old
was
PQube art book.
painstakingly designed by Amaria, which gives you character artwork that is all on a blood background, because we're on, on track. And then some
brand.
nice, whew, that's creepy. Some nice artwork as well.
If you've ever bought one of our other Day 1 editions, you pretty much know what to expect. It's a good time.
Yeah,
get some good
we
stuff.
try to be quite consistent with the visual novel range that we're doing, so that there's a nice tidy. Here is an art book that's really pretty, as well as a quality visual novel.
If you want to see some close-up stuff, I think if you check our Instagram or if you look back a bit in our Twitter page, I posted some pictures, so you can see there.
It's also worth mentioning it's coming out on PC
On Steam
next
in
month.
December.
Yeah, December 5th. So it's I know that there's actually a lot of people who prefer to play visual novels on PC, and that is an option that's coming. There's also no change in content. I know some people are a bit sensitive about this, especially for this one. This is not lewd in any way. This is psychological horror. We haven't changed anything from the PS4 to the Switch or to the PC content-wise, so you guys are fine. Right, here we go. Doesn't much space.
It's a big flashlight.
Why are you in the middle of the forest? Man, someone was actually using this. Ooh,
spooky. Is there going to be jump scares in this? Are they going to integrate jump scares into a visual novel?
I think it's more atmospherical than it's
No
not
jump
about
scares.
rah, it's just like there's not a lot of gore or anything extremely shocking visually. It's more about so when you do die, there's some splatter of red on the screen, and then
There are corpses.
no, but there's corpses, but it's not.
Amari has confirmed that there are indeed corpses. I don't know if this has swung anyone to buy it, but there you go.
Yes, we've nipped the bird on the loot stuff. We do have a reputation to maintain. Raging
You can
Loop.
also turn off the gory descriptions.
Okay, so you can turn off anything gory if you don't like that. I guess there are corpses. Yes, there's nothing meat piles.
What a gross way of putting it.
It's just that even when we do certain visual novels, which are like Root Letter, isn't designed to be sexy. It's a nice story that has exceptionally beautiful artwork, and then some people are just expecting it because we're doing it. So I'm just like, you know what? This isn't sexy.
It's spooky.
It's a super good story. It's very intense, and it's 16 plus because of the horror elements and the fact that there is a bit of gore, and there's a bit of swearing, obviously, as we've already seen. But it's if you're looking for some tits, please
Look elsewhere. We have plenty of other games for you.
Yes, we can make recommendations later in
Yeah.
chat if you're interested. But if you're looking for a good story that's very gripping, then this would be one of them.
実はこう
だとすると割と究極的に迷ってます。
ここって
難しい質問だな。
とり
And
あ
then
え
in
ず
terms of gore, if you've played one of our previous titles, for instance, Gale's Child from Mages, that had a lot of quite visual stuff in it, like people being cut up in pieces and vomiting weird things.
I didn't play that one, to be honest, so that's
that was an
news to me.
18 plus. This is a 16, so while there is some gore, and again, as we were saying, you can turn off those descriptions, so it's not that bad. The words fuck, shit, and appear in the game. Good to see ESRB keeping up their fusion of this. Well, you know, they gotta be consistent. They have to be transparent and honest, and thank
This
you.
lady's
ESRB.
being too nice. She's gonna kill me. That's my prediction off the bat.
Can't climb up on mine. Well, he literally just almost broke his spine, so
How's he gonna get his bike up there? Or does he just not?
I think he fell off that cliff,
Oh,
so now
yeah.
he's just so slender fingers, but stronger than I expected. I would not hold hands with some dude,
Yeah.
some girl who's just like appeared in the middle of a creepy forest.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't hold hands with some dude, like some crusty looking mud covered dude who I found in the middle of the forest,
Yeah.
even if he did need help.
That is very specific. Okay.
21-year-old who went to college far away from here. Why would you spend vacation here?
I mean, you can go see your family, I suppose, but why would you be walking around in a rocky ravine at like midnight?
I know, so I don't know why. I can't update.
There we go. She looks nice. She's not gonna kill you. Fingers
Yeah, but
crossed.
that's how these things work.
Actually, we have no idea who's the wolf and who's not, and it's entirely possible that the wolf will change host, I suppose, as the game progresses. So it's not because you think you've made.
知恵にでいいですよ。
Don't you dare be formal with me. No, she's being too nice.
So I guess Sigma Jump says some people just to escape to the wilderness. Yes, I suppose, but I believe
女の子に
I
親
am
しくされて
through
るみ
and
たい
through
で
a city girl, so I have no interest in escaping.
I like it when girls are friendly with me. Very smooth.
Don't we all,
Very
Haruaki?
smooth.
なるほど。
Hierarchy is what, you know,
私も勝
like all of us, he struggles with talking like a normal human to the other gender.
どうぞどうぞ
手
ちなみに
Are we there yet? Oh
そう
wow.
でも
Are
な
we
いか
there
な
yet?
Hang
Are
in
we
there,
there
chief.
yet?
5分くらい頑張りましょう。
What a lively girl.
So she was used to
た
puke.
だ足元に気を。
何かあるの？
この辺石ころだらけで危ないん
It's
だ。
dangerous.
あと今夜はずいぶん暗いしね。
Okay, well, I think she's alright. And this is where
ちょっと待っててもらえます？
Yeah.
着替えちゃうんで。
he's such a thirsty perv. I think
I think perv is a bit harsh.
he's just trying to feel welcome.
Normal in this situation.
Wait, she's taking him to her bedroom?
Oh,
this
damn.
has taken some turn. I was not.
Maybe this game is looter than we thought.
I was just saying, it's not that sexy actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's, but imagine.
When did you-
Oh,
what?
God,
Up,
I'm sorry.
up.
Sigma jump. You can. I take that back. You can call him a
Call him a
perv now.
thirsty perv.
My bad. No, not lewd lies. I mean, she's quite pretty. In fairness, I think she has a big round nose, nice black hair.
でも冷蔵庫の中は。
I did say it wasn't that kind of game, but I wasn't.
Let's drink. Hell yeah.
This is going downhill entirely.
She's definitely spiked the beer. Also, she looks a bit strange there.
She looks a bit drunk. Any girl's room was a wonderland to
To me.
Okay, I think
This poor
Haruaki-
dude. What has he done in these 24 years?
I don't think he's done much. That's where we're getting from that general. It's like, oh my god, there's a female interacting with you.
様に乾杯。
Looks fitting for a horror story. Yeah, it is a bit creepy and depressing.
Pleasant bitterness and the refreshing carbonation made for a good combo. Not normally what I say when I sip a beer.
美味しい。このためだけに生きてる。
Oh, she's like
それはないでしょう。
Misato from Evangelion. She's always like, she's like, she has the thing where she like sits down and drinks a beer and then she's like, like slams it down and like is talking about how good it
ま
is.
だ絶望してません。
ところが
Sometimes talks like an absolute psychopath. Yeah, I mean, he's not at the psychopath level for me yet. He's definitely on the, I'm thinking about her changing vibe though.
Yeah.
And he's recovering from a
At least he didn't
nasty
say it
breakup.
out loud.
I'm sorry, but a nasty breakup doesn't imply that he's had sex. It's, he's just powering through life.
お誘いに乗っておいて
Can I ask you
何？
something?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay, no, so
That's
far,
more
no,
wholesome.
he thinks she's beautiful. Closer and the, okay, great.
I could tell she had some makeup
僕は
on.
完
You
全
and
に
just
君は年頃の女性今は
Oh, great.
start getting drunk.
Okay, maybe the noodle was right about the psychopath vibe.
No, to be fair, he's
No, we're
saying
just
that
going
this is
through
a
rapey
dangerous-
right now.
Yeah.
I could just.
あんま
What?
り。
それ
I
は
wouldn't say so, but
芹沢千恵美くん。
イエ
yay.
ふと気づいた
What?
ら映像が瀬戸際にもかかわらず芹沢千恵美は特に身の危険を感じ
So
ない
she was the virgin all along.
Is a flawed character, which makes him great. Well, no, he's definitely. Let's go with that. Yes, that's a very diplomatic way of putting it. He's a flawed character. Yes, he's just been like, I'm in an enclosed space with you getting drunk, and you're in danger, lady. She doesn't
You
sound
look
very.
experienced with women, for one. Unintentional compliment showed that she actually see me as potential
考
danger.
えられる
You're
回
too
答
touchy.
は
Look at him. He's so self-absorbed right now.
Yeah, he's like,
I am
well,
kind
I
of
guess so.
experienced, yes. Don't worry, lady. You're safe with me, but your virginity is.
Oh my god. Don't say that.
I'm not deep in, but I have my own theory. He's a serial killer on the run. I mean, nothing says that. What if you're the one who's the wolf, right?
What was he doing out in the wilderness to begin with, anyway?
Of course, jokingly. Right, carry on.
あるいは十分な自衛手段が
Oh,
あ
you
る
know, martial arts can kick my
あ
ass.
あ論理的
You're a scientist, bro.
まあ
I
そう
guess he could say that.
一方で
You didn't. Whoa!
この状況がき
I'm sorry, dude.
私がエロエロですとか
Talk about not mincing words.
酔っ払ってきたさて他には何があるでしょう
I mean, she could just be nice. She could just be useful to this poor stranger who's essentially almost killed himself falling off a cliff.
For an alibi.
ああ
So shrewd. What a word.
ちえみちゃんが恐るべき存在って。
That's what I think it is.
はあヤマンバ
An evil mountain
That's
witch.
actually a really interesting theory, Burger Gyros, that he's actually already died and he was revived in the water when he fell into the river as the wolf.
Yeah.
And so he's already... Something has happened from the bike crash. To be honest, the red flashed on the screen a couple of times, which usually indicates injury or death in the game. So that's not a
Interesting.
bad theory.
Was it time for me to be ashamed of my filthy mind?
Yes, Haruaki, you should be
That was,
ashamed.
it was that time a long time ago.
You should have been ashamed the minute you said I'm thinking about her getting changed.
Oh,
Then
so-
again, maybe that's what men do. I don't know.
一般論。一般論ね。
Ooh. I mean, this is set in Japan, right? So
Mhm.
maybe she just has Asian flush, but isn't actually completely trashed.
Mhm. Well, but they're only on their second cans, and we're to assume that that isn't particularly strong beer.
In fairness, I used to date someone who was half Asian, and his mother was Chinese. And after 2 glasses of wine, she was gone.
My girlfriend now is Asian, and she does not handle her drink particularly well.
No, that's. I don't think that's the case for everybody, because we have Japanese partners who drink like
Mhm.
bottomless pits. But I'm not naming any names. But
They know who they are.
well, I don't know. Hopefully, they won't hear this stream, so I'll have to justify myself. But I've heard stories from Gavin when he goes to Japan.
Oh yeah, I've definitely heard some stories actually.
人なんじゃないかって気がしてきたなだって善意を選択
She's quite a confident girl, to be honest, because she A, brought that person back in her small room, B, got drunk with him, and C, is joking about being perverts and being a virgin. And that's brave. I would not be comfortable in her situation doing that, so good on you,
大世は武器者として殺します
Shirasawa.
Okay, here we go. Right.
So, as we were talking about earlier, so you see at the very bottom, can you select the last?
I assume you can't pick that.
So you can see key number
Yeah.
20, so you know that once you've
That's got to
done...
be like way at the end.
Actually, no, there's no rhyme or reason to when the keys are located.
Oh,
Because you
okay,
could see
right.
lock number 4,
Yeah.
but you couldn't see 1, 2, 3. So once you can access this answer, then you'll be able to get key number 20, which will unlock padlock number 20, which is at some point inside the story, and then you can unlock that branch.
Right.
However, clearly you can't click on it. So in order to unlock that, you need to do the other route.
Okay.
And obviously you can skip through, power through, once you've done them once, so that you get to this choice again.
Yeah. All right. So what are we going for here? Are we taking a vote?
Chat,
Let's
what
take a
would you
vote.
like us to say? I'm gonna say they're going to be number 3.
Yeah, I think we should go for the thirsty perv line.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Shatter Island, when it comes to experiencing the story in a different way than another. Guys, you are so predictable. Come on.
2 votes for
Give
3.
us some faith in humanity, please.
I'm giving it 10 seconds. I think there's still other people watching. So
Anybody who wants to make a suggestion that isn't answer number 3.
5
Thirsty
seconds.
perv.
4, 3, 2. Yeah, we're going for it. We're just doing it.
Ah, you're a thirsty perv. I
Seriously?
don't think we're gonna get anywhere else.
Oh damn.
Oh, she's not gonna just bang some dude that fell into a river in front of
Oh
her.
what? Are you sure?
だ
Surely
から
not.
待ってほしい。迷ったさ。
There you go.
確かに
Tricked by a fox.
亡霊つまり
Some
私
bad disease, yes. I hope he's got
テレレレレ
condoms.
テレレレレレテレレレレ
This is a very odd way to
This is
initiate
not.
sex.
This is not what I was
Yeah.
thinking would happen, and I blame the chat for this. She had a way with words. She just said, "I'm a thirsty perv." I don't know if that counts as a way with word. Yeah, no faith in humanity, indeed. Neither in you guys or in this game.
Oh, did they smash? I think they did.
Let's move on from that. So obviously, every time you die and restart, you start again on the 11th of May. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because it's 5/12, so it's just an American presentation of the date. So you always have the date when you start, and then you know when time goes by. Because obviously every night something happens and someone dies, so you gotta keep track of what's happening.
I had to tell her about the time I got so drunk I wet my pants in the middle of the boarding house.
That's how you get into a girl's pants. You make her laugh until she passes out.
They had 2 beers and he was like apocalyptically hungover.
Frosted window. 7 in the morning. No faith in Caleb 2. Okay.
All it ever is
Okay,
disrespect on
the
this
building
show.
wasn't in ruins and the girl wasn't a skeleton, so he didn't try to have sex with a skeleton. So that's
Okay, that's good. Spread out the floor.
breathing was mixed with some weird gurgling sounds. Had puked in the middle. Oh, charming. I mean, that counts as, you know, this is why this is a 16.
Chiemi-chan.
The first thing he thinks is, did they smash? Well,
Well, I mean, it was kind of implied, but then I suppose now it didn't happen.
I think, no, but they just pass out. So she's like, haha, I'm a thirsty perv, let's do it. And then she goes, ha ha ha, and then...
Yeah.
Well, that's very kind of him. Okay, he's just saying that she's shit at cleaning, which is nice. Yes, I don't think anybody wants to wake up being patted by someone else's wiping the vomit off your face.
ちょっと出ておくから。
What, is he planning on coming back?
Well, I mean, where else has he got to go?
He could just get his bike and go home.
His bike's still broken, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I would just try to go home. It's really pretty. Pretty clear, visibility westport. So this is a hint that obviously there is fog around the village and you're in this sort of like magical time loop thing where you cannot get out. So now that he's in, he's stuck. Which is unfortunate. He's a nice, thirsty, perv psychopath. That's a lot of...
It's a lot of things in one go.
I mean, I agree with Maddie Boy in that if I were in this position, I would also just go. Like, I wouldn't come back to her or anything. I would just grab my stuff and go. Whatever happened or didn't happen in this case.
Yeah, she looked after you, though. You probably want to say thank you, at least.
No, you want to say thank you, but you don't want to leave... Like he said, he left his socks in the washing machine and stuff. I would just, like, go.
Yeah.
Oh, we know her.
Oh, we do know her.
The moment I recognized her, she opened her closed eyes with nice blood-red eyes. Not creepy at all. Not a strong wind. I shielded my face from the spray of raindrops. Outside again. The woman was nowhere in sight. Have a nice evening as well, Burger Gyros. Thank you for joining.
Take care. See ya. A real Hicksville.
Bunch of actual ruins on illegal settlement.
It was unnecessary to call it 4 different mean things. I think. But he did it
We've
anyway.
already established that Haruaki is not
A
the
sassy
nicest.
bitch. Yeah.
Not the nicest of men. The woman. Yeah, well, I guess. I went to the place, I saw the woman. I've already forgotten her name, I confess. It's K something.
Chimi.
No, the
Oh,
one
this
with the
one.
white hair.
Yeah, I've forgotten her name.
If anybody remembers her name. Hopefully we'll search for visual novels on Switch. We actually have a sale on at the moment. Is that on Switch as well as on PS4?
I don't think the Switch sale is going on anymore. I think it ended.
No, okay. It's just we have
We do have a lot, though.
We've released like 7 visual novels this year alone. That's without the backlog. We are discounting our games quite regularly, so keep an eye on our social media if you're interested.
we always
because we
update
do try to talk about those moments. Because at times I lose interest in normal novels. Yeah, we have a lot of different types of novels and also different length. We have. I guess the root letter stuff is quite mystery. World and Syndrome is a murder mystery. This is a
Kotodama is mystery E.
it's
And
Mystery
also has
Loot
puzzle game
Dish.
stuff in it, if you like that
Yep.
too.
If you go on our website, so it's pqube.co.uk/games, and you go into Japanese, you'll be able to see like icons, and then you can see what sort of games that we have there.
Yeah.
All
Ew,
believers.
no, they're the creepiest kind of spiders.
Nobody likes spiders, don't lie. Good city boy I was, a man after my own heart.
A grey tree frog. I like the ambient noise here.
It's nice and soothing, especially because it's so cold and dark at the moment. Just like
Yeah, it's like,
birds,
imagine if it
nature.
was the middle of May. That would be nice.
Oh, here we go. Are we gonna meet some people? Are very, very Asian. The rice fields like that. So they must be really remote because to get that sort of stuff, you
I
have
would
to be
imagine so, yeah.
quite far outside of society. There's no way things would go well if I ran into a local. Well, you've already run into two locals. One of them almost killed you. The other one tried to
Find the pub.
seduce
There's got to be a
you?
pub.
Find the pub. Spoken like a true Englishman.
Yeah. That's what I'd do.
Where's the pub, lads?
Where's your pub?
A speaker on. Okay.
So they have technology of some kind.
But they have electricity, and they have. I don't know if a speaker counts as. Because I think it's one of those like megaphones.
Oh, right, yeah.
Perplexed. It's made me hype. Oh boy, are we getting into some spooks?
The spooky territory.
Okay, the music has come in. Oh, that is kind of creepy.
That
to
is
be
very
honest.
spooky. If I was in the middle of a Japanese village in the middle of the mountains far away and somebody walked out wearing that, I'd be like, nah, I'm not even going to speak to you. I'm going to leave.
Shakingly walk out between the buildings. Maybe she just went for a poo. We don't know.
What, so they have speakers, but they don't have toilets.
But they have outhouses, it's called. Okay, bowed her head, so she just... Okay, that must be one of the spirits. And then all was silence. With a unique culture, to be slightly... Bit judgmental, Haruaki. Bit judgmental.
I mean, the way he talked about it before, you could have said something a lot worse.
Through the construction.
Did that come from the TV or did that just come from outside?
I think it's Garen doing stuff.
Oh, right. It was very well timed.
Maybe you should
I don't know if you
tell
guys
me.
heard that.
Yeah, there was like a really loud, creepy noise that sounded like something was being...
Like something
But
was
no,
going
it's
down.
just Garen playing other stuff, so hopefully you guys can't hear it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't normal.
あるいは
Maybe you...
知恵
Oh,
はあヤマンバいいねブッシュブッシュ殺しちゃう
oh no.
I guess at this stage you would get a little bit paranoid, wouldn't you? You've just had some really weird
Old
accidents.
woman with like a triangle cloth on her face.
The first person you meet, the lady in the store, kind of throws you around and you get into an accident. So obviously you would feel a bit uneasy at this stage. Had to talk to her. She was a normal person anyway. Well, you'd hope so. You were considering sleeping with her, weren't you?
That's true.
Dirty dog. You had to go down. Oh yeah, because he fell off the cliff into the riverside and then they went up again. So it's just, I don't think he's going to be able to find his bearings without help.
Aw. You
That's
paid
nice.
her for the beer.
See, he's not that much of a psycho. He tried to be nice. And there we go. Looks like creek. Oh, red.
Isn't 5,000 yen like...
Not that much money.
Oh, no, that's like... Because 1,000
Hang on.
yen is like it's like £10, right?
Let me check on my phone.
That's quite... I think that is quite a lot of money.
5,000 yen. Convert. There's no way.
It's like 50 quid, I swear.
£35. He gave her £35 for a beer.
Okay, maybe they did drink a lot of beer.
They have 2 beers. That's crazy.
Oh, he's tripped over. Is this the first death?
はるちゃん
Does he crack his head open on the floor?
あ誰このおっちゃん
あなた誰ですか
ていうか大丈夫ですか
They look cute.
大丈夫ですか
It's fascinating that for 16 characters they have a school around.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
知恵ねえの友達？
ああ、
大学のお知り合いですか
いや、いろいろあって助けられたんだ。
怪しいな。
It really is. Old man at 24.
とりあえず僕は
The day I get called that is the day
こっちは
I age immediately and crumble into dust.
Mochi.
Mochi.
To be honest, I've had that feeling before where I meet like my cousin's children or something and they're a bit like,
You're old.
Madam. I was like, oh, come on, kid. I'm
It's
like,
like the moment when you realise that the family gatherings that you sit at the adult table now and not the kid table.
which I'm okay with because I was
Yeah.
bored
Mhm.
at the kids' table, but when children visualize you as a full-grown adult
と
and
り
you're
あえ
like,
ず大丈夫そう
no,
出
I'm
ておいでよ
not an adult. I'm not functioning.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'm still a child in my heart.
For me, that moment is like you're standing in the line at like the shop or something, and there's like a lady with a kid, and they'll be like, "Oh, let this man go first," or like, "Let this man pass." You're like, "Man, wow." I had that when I was like 16.
Yeah, but I mean, it will keep on happening, and
夫妻
that's upsetting calling someone old while being
この近くでバイ
26.
クで事故って芹沢千恵美さんに助けられたんだ。
Who is this?
Haru Makishima.
もしかして
Oh damn!
Oh, gossip.
They're onto him.
Gossip.
どうり
Great.
騒がしかったと思った。何？
It's indecent.
Okay, well, calm down, lady. This
Okay.
is 1990 again.
Ah.
Well, even before that.
それは
Did you
そ
say
う
1990?
Yeah,
Yeah.
僕
when
もちょっと躊
1950.
躇はしたんだけど
Or 1990 in America.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. The suggestion.
Is it? Oh
Oh,
no!
man.
Now it looks
Come on, you
bad.
don't pay someone.
Yeah,
You're just doing a
shattering
hookup.
違う違
Oh,
う
wow,
違う
those kids have their minds in the gutter. What are they, like 12?
Yeah,
I didn't know what sex was.
it's worth way more than that.
ただれてるな。
How dissolute.
ああ、君
I'd be like, listen, you're the one who looks bad here for saying that.
Dirty, dirty children who go to
女性
school.
の部屋でお酒を飲んだんですか
一体何
Would go.
おおちえみちゃん君からも事情を
Should be like, I don't remember what happened last night.
知恵ね
恥ずかしいとこを見られ
いや
Oh,
ち
is
ょ
she
っと待って
gonna lie?
ちょっと
もう夢いけない
You can't be
Oh
pregnant. or
no!
bitch. Oh no. Ah, those guys have no sense of humor.
Yeah.
I mean, what was she doing in the middle of the night? Was she like sacrificing herself to one of the
い
spirits?
やー
She
久
out
々に
drinking
深
blood?
酒しちゃ
Is
っ
she
て
a
思いっ
wolf?
きり入っちゃったよ。
ああ、いやそれはいいんだけど
Yeah, she looks a bit angry. She's
Absurd.
at least 14, right?
Yeah.
昨日は本当に
まあ知恵ねえだしな。雑把だよ
Whatever
な。
she wants. She's 21. She
事情
can
も事情だし
definitely do whatever she
年
wants.
寄りたちも納得ちなみに
下の方の河原だよ
Oh, so there is something creepy about that place.
大沢2日連続で。は
もしかして
あ。まあいずれバレることよ。さっき
Yasumizu.
あれだけを
Yasumizu.
2日連続で2人持って
触らないで。したな。
You're filthy.
Wow, she needs to get that broom out of
Yes,
Yes.
exactly what I was gonna say. There is a stick way up there.
君何がさ
タイバーあたりが拒否ってなる。
Taiba's going.
詳しい話を聞か
Tell
せ
me, come
ちょ
on,
っと
guys.
説明は難しいんですけどまあここは田舎なんで
Yeah, we got that. We saw an old lady with a cloth on her face worshipping a rock. So we know.
どうすればいいかな
まあ知恵美がなんと
Oh,
かし
she
ましょう。
changed again.
学生諸君はこの混乱には乗るっきゃない。
He's just
Yeah,
there
go
for the
home,
beef.
children. You're annoying.
まあちょっと時間ずらした方が
さすがやすくん察し。もう知恵ね。子供扱いは。
You are a child. You're like 12.
そうだ。
You're being generous.
I'll poop on you.
Well, this is why
That's the
ESRB
scariest thing
This
that's-
is why ESRB says they're swearing in this game. To be
Yeah.
honest, this is the violence and the gore is coming from the child pooping on you.
Yeah. What if that was one of the bad ends?
彼らがこのた
そういうこと。学生寮だからね。
Okay. In this Hicksville. Really just
ちなみに
laid on thing that you really think this place is shit. That's
Yeah,
that's
like
how you
this
want
is
to
the
make
most
friends.
backwoods ass, hillbilly ass place I've ever been
You
to.
guys fucking suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you want to make friends when you've just been rescued by someone.
の朝食は今から食べる。よそ者が皿長からやってきたってことに文句を言いそうな人。
お世話に
I mean, your hands. Wink.
Yeah.
その代わり
My mind immediately went to the same place, so I won't.
As
blame you for
Seaton
that.
says, I'm 30, which is around 80 in anime years. You just get used to it. Watch out for rude children. But then again, in like Lord of the Rings and The Witcher, the main characters, well, Aragorn and Geralt of Rivia are like in their 90s, and they
They
look
look-
great. So you're doing fine, man.
This is like the 5th time this week I've heard you gush over Geralt.
It's only Wednesday,
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
and I wasn't in the office till yesterday. So.
Yeah.
ちなみに身のき
I'm just saying he's in good shape for his age.
Sure.
No, in a sexual way, just like he can fight monsters really, like, he's a strong dude. Mm-hmm. He's very, Geralt is a hunk.
See, there you go.
There you go, there you go. Also Aragorn, give some love to Aragorn, son of Arathorn, LSR,
I still haven't
heir
seen
of
Lord of the
Elendil.
Rings. We've been over this, I'm sure. But I just thought I'd expose myself
Can't believe we
again.
let you pass your probation, Caleb.
It's too late now. You're stuck.
In fairness, my boyfriend hasn't seen Star Wars, and we are rectifying that
That's
one movie at
a
a time.
much bigger problem, I think.
Depends on what you do care about. Don't blame her for fancying the man. He's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, talking about food, I'm hungry now.
この岩って何なの
What? Oh, here we go. I want to know charms.
よそでは見たことな
I
い
think they're linked to the spirits. And so you worship one of them because maybe you're either linked to it or hoping for its protection. So there's the monkey, there's 2 monkeys, there's a bird, there's a monkey.
A spider, I
Well,
think.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I said monkey again. A spider and a snake, as well as...
Is there a frog? I'm guessing just because we saw a frog earlier, but I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so. You just have 5 of them, but one of the spirits for the monkey is actually 2 separate ones, so it technically makes 6. And obviously, the wolf. The wolf is pissed off at the other spirits, so it's kind of like a war. And
It's
they're
an
using
ancient
humans. Yeah, and they're using humans as hosts and just like chopping them up basically instead of sorting it out themselves. They're just using this village as their battleground.
多分
大丈夫。どうせ後で食堂に来るから説明はその時にするってことで。
Yes, that is correct. Part of the village I saw this morning was densely packed. I mean, densely is a relative term here, but whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, felt desolate. I mean, you are in the mountains, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Such a city boy.
Yeah.
That's
This is
quite
pretty
nice.
much what my home village looks like anyway.
But less Japanese, I would imagine.
Yeah,
No, like
no, I don't
wooden
have
temples.
I don't have like a cool anime backstory where I'm from the only Japanese town in England.
Yokais, I guess monsters, yeah. Yokai, yokai, yokai.
I was thinking about the Yokai Watch song now. Have you heard that?
Yokai, yokai.
Yep.
Oh, the TV's...
Oh, TV's gonna turn off. No. That's not showing up on the stream. Oh, the batteries might have popped out. Oh, no, you
That's
did,
right,
okay.
that's right.
再度おはよう。
Right, I mean, we're reaching the hour mark anyway,
Yes.
so...
Might be time to leave off. Can we auto save like anywhere?
みんなしっかり
Yeah.
勉強しとい
So
て
I go to the menu.
Just leave and just
Ah.
save.
There we go.
And so you can have obviously different saves depending on what you're doing, but you have an automatic bookmark anyway, so whatever you're doing, the game will actually bookmark where you are.
Nice.
There
we
you go,
go
so
then.
that was a first look at Raging Loop, so we've just had it come out PS4 and Switch, Europe and US.
Yep. Oh no, it's now out in.
Well, it's out digitally and
It's out
physically.
digitally in US.
It will be out physically on the 19th of November for North America. And it's coming out on PC on December 5th, if you're interested in trying it out. So psychological horror coming from Japan. And yeah, I think we've tried not to spoil too much of it.
Giving you a
but
little
it's quite
cross section.
an
I'm pretty interested now. I want to
yeah.
keep playing.
It's an interesting mix of things, and you also have this really nice scenario chart, which I think is a really strong point for people who just want to be able to actually figure out what the hell is going on in the visual novel, which is certainly how I feel about it sometimes. So, yeah, and
That's pretty much
obviously
it.
follow us on social media or
Yep.
in our Discord channel.
At PQube
If-
Games and everything. Wait, no. Every time. Discord.gg/PQube Games if you want to go on the Discord.
And then the other ones are PQube Games.
Yeah, pretty
Cool.
much PQube Games.
So thank you for joining us, and we're doing Super Lucky's Tale
On Friday.
because we're releasing the physical with the guys from Playful Studio. So if you're interested in that, then we'll be playing that game.
Yep, some 3D platformer stuff. If you want to get a look at that, it will be a good time. So that'll be on Friday. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at like this time, by the way. And we don't
Roughly,
always play
yeah.
our games. Sometimes we just play other stuff for fun. So yeah.
Thank
Tune
you for
in.
joining, and hopefully see you soon.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.